Very interesting to see a white horse. If God wanted to speak to people, it'd be hard for him to tell exactly what was going on. So he gives us a work of art in Revelation chapter 6. Just a little bit of the background to what this is. This is when the Apostle John was already in prison in Patmos, and the Lord revealed to him the things which were to come in days ahead. And one of those things was a seal that was opened by the risen Saviour. Because of the timing of this in the first century, it would seem that the relevance of Jesus being worthy to open these seals would have been immediately fulfilled. And people in those days believed that the rider on the white horse, who was given a crown, had a bow in his hand and went out to conquer. And conquering was a symbol of the rise of the church in the world. And so it was that the Roman Catholic Church, or was originally the Catholic Church, it became the Roman Catholic Church, and it conquered every nation of the earth and went all throughout the world. And they assumed that this was a rider of the white horse. The bow would represent the keeping of God's promises, and the crown would represent that they had authority in the earth. But I'd like to consider that we are looking at another change of the authority in the earth in these days with the rise of the New World Order and what they call the sustainable development. And the bow that is in the hand of the rider of the white horse is echoed in what we call the celebration of the rainbow agenda for the month of June. And now we have that bow riding entity pictured as riding on a white horse and saying, okay, things which were once considered to be immoral are now not only called moral, called legal, called marriage, and all sorts of immorality has come across the whole world. How could we ever imagine a generation gone by where babies would be aborted, and a leading cause of death in the world would be aborted babies? How could we imagine the evils of corruption of government so that all the wealth of the world gets concentrated in the hands of a few men? We certainly are in a transition time, and I'm suggesting that the rider on the white horse has been released into the world under the guise of the United Nations Sustainable Development Guides and the 17 articles of that, which will include some pretty devastating consequences for mankind. Are we seeing the rider on the white horse today? Yes, we are.